Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Kiodiekin and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a little brief look at the new Retroflag NESPi4 case from the Retroflag team. I stumbled across this earlier today while I was browsing around looking for some other things to tinker with and stumbled across this case. Now obviously it's not available yet. Hopefully it comes out within the next month or two so I can go ahead and place an order. But looking at this case really has me intrigued. As you guys can see with this particular unit, it does have a Nintendo style cartridge that comes with the case. I personally have the model that came with that was actually manufactured for the Raspberry Pi 3B Plus a while ago. I had a video that I was going to upload, never got around to editing it, but this is a really nice style case and it really gives you that old retro feel so you can have your NES style case for your Raspberry Pi. Looking at some of the pictures, you guys can see that there is a USB 2.0 slot on the front as well as a USB 3.1 adapter on the side. Here's a side look. You have your dual display Micro HDMI adapters on the left, or actually on the back of the unit. You have your power supply, and then of course you have your LAN plug on the back as well as your audio adapter. And this is the other side for your USB. So I'll talk a little bit about that here in just a minute. And then of course, here is your cartridge. Now the interesting thing about this cartridge is it does separate, or does allow you to put your SATA drive in it, which allows you to load your RetroPie image, which is pretty unique and a great idea. And then there you guys have it. There is the full look of the case. It is compatible with the Retroflag NESPi Raspberry Pi 4. Obviously, this is compatible with the Pi 4 4GB model and the 8GB model, but I'll look to see exactly what this thing can do. Usually with these type of sets, it does come with an on and off script. You have your power button there and your reset button there. For those of you guys who usually don't take advantage of that feature, you can not remote start, but turn it off with the power button if you guys have that GPIO script enabled. We're going to go ahead and scroll down here a little bit. This gives you guys a better idea about what it looks like. There you have your NESPi4 case, and then of course you have your Raspberry Pi 4. And there you have your first view. This is the SATA drive, typically just as a basic layout. And then of course you have your cartridge that goes with the case. Now, just so you guys know, there's only about 2 or maybe 3 RetroPie builds out right now that can support any type of USB support right now as far as RetroPie. Obviously, the RetroPie official base 4.6 does support SATA drives and using USB as well. Most people don't use those. They usually prefer something from an image maker that's out there in the market, but there's not much going on right now with that. Now, obviously, you guys do know that I do have Supreme Ultra, which isn't released yet. So hopefully Ultra will be released by the time this actually hits the market, which I don't know an official date for that yet. And then, of course, Supreme Pro, which is backwards compatible with the Pi 4GB model and the 8GB model, does support USB capability as well. Now, the only thing that I really don't like about this case, or actually I hope the company makes some additional adapters, is that right now this only supports, based on looking at it, is a SATA drive. It doesn't have anywhere in the internals where you could put an M.2 drive in here or a external USB drive or thumb drive. The big difference is most of the SATA drives that I've seen as far as read and write speeds is only 500 megabytes. And as you guys have seen my previous videos where I've done videos using some of the Supreme builds and writing images, I'm using a Samsung external T7 drive and I get a 1000 gigabyte read or write speed, and it allows me to read my images well, when I write my images, it only takes about 1 minute and 36 seconds, but it does give you a faster boot time and load time as far as loading your games, and it gives you additional gameplay. Now, obviously SATA drives are just as fine, but you know, with me, I like to have the best optimal experience. So hopefully in the near future, you know, with this update, they'll make a bracket or something inside where you can use that cartridge slot for your USB thumb drive or for an external USB drive as well. Also too, if you guys are familiar with the M.2 drives as well, those are actually faster than the external Samsung drives that I'm currently using. Those have a 3000 gigabyte read speed, 3000 gigabyte write speed. So if this company could really do that, they'll really hit the ball in the market. But again, unfortunately, right now there's only a limited number of images or builds out there in the RetroPie community that can really take advantage of this. Scrolling down a little bit further, you guys will see that there is a safe shutdown and a reset button as well. Obviously, the company does have the additional scripts that are available for this, which you could download. So you guys are familiar with that as well. The NES style case, you guys are familiar with this as well if you've already seen the Raspberry Pi 3B Plus model. Additionally, if you guys do have this as well, the other option that you can use with this is obviously you already have your build stored on your SD card, and then of course you can use your SSD, your SATA drive, to store primarily all of your games. But if you do have the latest EEPROM update, you won't need any of this. But obviously this is a good feature to have anyway, because it's just overall good for the community to still have that feature. Here's another look at the side case. Obviously you have your dual HDMI 1 and 2 micro jacks as well. When I do get this, I do plan on showcasing what this case can actually do, what it looks like, because I do have the dual marquee script for my particular image that I've been working on. And then of course here is the full layout. You have a thermal module and fan for this unit. There's two additional, you obviously have your two USB ports here on the front, and the other two are typically mapped out for the case itself. So typically your GPIO script is mapped to the power on and off, and then also your reset button. And then usually the other USB drive will be mapped to the front of the case, so you can use your SATA drive as well. Here's another look at the tech spec, so you guys get an actual size of the dimensions of the case. Comes with a USB-C power supply, the case itself, a screwdriver, and of course an instruction manual. But all in all, I have a lot of high anticipations for this case. And again, it really caught my attention this morning when I was taking a look at it. So expect something like this to come out here in the next month or so. Hopefully, I could get my hands on it so I could test this for you guys. But again, guys, just wanted to give you guys a first look at the NESPi4 CASE made by the RetroFlag team. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing and liking and sharing the video. Catch you guys later. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye-bye.